Full strength with Justin Moore. It's a heck of a basketball team. They're so disciplined defensively, and you've got to match that with your discipline and your timing and your execution offensively, and then they're generally not going to beat themselves. So you really have to stick to your plan. And we made some huge defensive plays down the stretch. Trey and Baylor getting that one knocked out of there in a one-point game, and then Art's switch there at the end, and Art's offensive rebound to give us a little more time. Obviously these two played great, and their numbers jump off the stat sheet. But I thought Art and Baylor really impacted winning with only scoring one field goal, and that's what you got to be able to do in this league against a good team.
Questions for the student athletes first.
Kalkbrenner, I heard you guys talking about it as you walked in, but I guess what was going through your head when you took that charge? I think you had 4 fouls at the time. Huge play, probably changed the winner of the game.
I was thinking I never purposely taken the charge before, but, I'm going to do it now. Just glad it worked out because if it would have cut that blocking foul, I would have been in trouble. But we did, Cam Whitmore is a really, really good player. On the scouting report, we knew, from time to time he could be out of control. So I was like, I think I can get one here, and I was able to get one.
Trey, did your heart stop when he put the hands together and you saw what he was trying to do?
It did. When he said it, I was like, I knew that the calls could go either way. Yeah. But worked out in our favor, like you said. It changed the dynamic of the game. So glad that he was able to stay in for the last 7.
Did you guys expect a Nova team that's counter to their overall record? You look what they've done since Moore got back, and Providence game was down to the wire, Marquette game was down to the wire. Did you expect old Nova today, despite how their season has gone? Yeah,
they have a lot of matchup problems. They, like Max said, they're not going to beat themselves, obviously. And Eric Dixon he's huge. He's hard to stop. He's a good player, and with Justin Moore back, that even makes him more dangerous. And I feel like with them at full strength, they can surprise some people in the Big East for sure.
Trey, take us to that turnover that you had at the end there, and just how it felt when you realized what happened.
I felt like he was trying to force the issue left, so I kind of beat him to the spot. Then he kind of had the ball in a position that I felt like I could be able to tip it out, and then I'm just glad that it went straight to Baylor and he was able to grab it and we were able to go the other way with it. But like Max said, we were able to make some big plays down the stretch with guys not needing to score, and it didn't affect the way that they played throughout the game. So Art and Baylor, they didn't, like Max said, they didn't jump out on the stat sheet, but they made critical plays down the stretch. Art got a crazy steal at the end. They got us another possession and things like that. So it was really a team effort at the end of the day.
When did you feel like you were in a groove offensively? At some point, did you feel like you
I felt good coming to the game, a shoot-around, things like that. And I told Mac I had to get him back for 1 for 7 last game. So, that was kind of where that came from, the three-point shooting.
Law of averages, man.
Anything else for the student athletes?
Trey, I'm just curious, on a night like tonight, when it feels like things are so slow and you're just delivering blows when you guys need it, I guess, did it feel similar to the Christmas game? Do you get that feeling early, or what's that like?
I get a feeling when I'm in the groove. I knew that this kind of wasn't going to be like the DePaul game because we kind of separated early in that game. I knew that Nova wasn't going to go away, and obviously my teammates throughout the course of the game, they entrusted me to put the ball in my hands and things like that. So, I just tried to deliver, and obviously, I did towards the end of the game, and Kalk made some big plays. Everybody made big plays towards the end of the game. So, at the end of the day, we all wanted to win. In the huddle, everybody was just worried about winning, making plays that we could do to win. So it was a fun game. I don't like it in the moment, but after the game, you gotta love pulling those out.
Yeah. What was the dynamic when Dixon hit the go-ahead 3 with 30 seconds left? What was the huddle like?
We were calm. We knew that. It was kind of one of those situations where Kalk had to help because R2 wasn't able to get over the screen, but I couldn't really stunt that much because I had to guard Caleb Daniels and I didn't want him to get a 3. So percentage-wise, we'd rather him take that. But we just knew that we could strike back, and that's what we did. So.
How much more ready do you guys feel for these type of games, given the run you guys had last year in March Madness?
I just think just having a second year with largely the same group, we just grow and grow as a team, and like when it comes down to these games where it's like 1 point, tie game, going into the last minute, we just always feel like we're together. We're not, nothing can pull us apart, and we're gonna win the game. Like it's just the attitude of this team, and just that's grown from last year, last summer, through all last season, through this summer, through this season. It feels like we're really, really close as a team right now.
2 more for the guys.
Trey, down 1 with the ball in your hands. What was your progression there as far as what you saw open up for you and how you ultimately decided to go get downhill and attack?
Yeah, I mean, I knew that they were in the bonus, so I knew that if we were able to go into the double, they were probably going to mess something up, and I mean, they did. They kind of messed up the switch a little bit, so I was able to get downhill to my right hand, and I mean, Cam Whitmore just kind of put his forearm into me, and then I tried to go up with it. So, I mean, it's just one of those plays like where you have to know time and situation, and that's kind of how we played it out.
Did you guys feel like you were getting pretty good matchups to attack? Did you feel like you were doing the right things offensively against their switching, that you were?
Yeah. I mean, we knew that it was going to be a couple situations where we're going to have a big on a guard and a guard on a big. We just tried to make them have those matchups that they didn't want to have, and make them kind of, when we did get it in the Kalk, make them crash down and have everybody just move it from there, and that's kind of what we did. So.